Hi everyone, welcome to the Soul Song. This is Nina, and this is yet another weekly pick a card reading. We'll see what comes up for you for the next 7 to 10 days. And tarot and these cards are basically going to show us what the possibilities are for you, okay? What is the energy that you get to play with, all right? So, without further ado, let's start with group number 1. This is group 2, group 3. So I'll see you in your timestamps. Hi group 1, for those of you who've chosen this shell here. I'm hearing tantrum, okay? So I don't know if somebody's maybe been throwing tantrums or they've been difficult to deal with, or you're likely to come across somebody this week and likely dealing with someone who is probably stepping out of line, or they are maybe being just a little bit, angsty and difficult to deal with. Okay, let's see what your cards suggest. I'm going to start with Lenormand as usual. We'll see what's coming up for you, what's possible and what's most likely to happen for group number 1, Spirit. We have the Letter. Okay, interesting. We have the Bouquet and we have the Clouds. Okay, bottom of the deck we have the Fox. So what this is suggesting to me firstly is that if you want to perhaps send a message across, you want to communicate with somebody, you want to put your point across, it's best that you do it quite diplomatically, okay, in a bit of a strategic but roundabout kind of manner is what I'm getting. Okay, for others of you, I feel like you're going to receive some communication this week, which is great. Actually, it's very positive. Okay, there is some positive news, but then it also puts you in a state of worry. Perhaps you're overthinking about the future, you're overthinking about how is this going to play out. Let's say it's a new job, you're worrying about the commute, or you're worrying about how will this, just the kind of jittery energy that you feel when you're stepping into the unknown or when you're stepping into something new. Okay, that could also be the case. But I'm also getting that if you are especially dealing with someone in a romantic sense, it's quite possible that you get mixed messages from this person. Okay, one day it's like it's clear as day that they like you, and you're going through this amazing romantic, you could say, like the honeymoon phase, and the next day you start to doubt it, or they start to send you mixed messages, that kind of a thing. So that's something to watch out for, I feel. Let's see what's happening in terms of your tarot cards. We have the Fool. So I was speaking about stepping into the unknown in some way. 9 of Swords. Yeah, so that's pretty much like the Clouds energy there. 9 of Pentacles. This is actually really good. Why are you overthinking things? You may have Gemini in your chart especially, okay? And this whole past week, I have actually gone through something similar where a lot of these doubts and fears were coming up, and I felt kind of very foggy and confused, and like this 9 of Swords. Okay, so Moon was in Gemini at that time, which doesn't really suit me. So maybe you're going through something similar, you're feeling the after effects perhaps of that, okay? And this is asking you to stay positive, to stay optimistic, okay? And to tell yourself as well things that are positive rather than what could go wrong. There's that phrase like, oh, but what if I fall? And the continuing phrase after that is, oh, but darling, what if you fly? So that's the kind of message here for you, group number 1. Because I feel like the universe has your back. And if especially you're worried about money, you're worried about how this will play out, if this is let's say you're getting into a new relationship as well, you're worried about maybe, in your sense of independence being taken away from you. I don't think you are thinking of it in a balanced perspective, okay? From a balanced perspective. You're probably tilting more towards the negative side and what could go wrong. So just be wary of that, be careful of that, and try to stick to what is okay rather than what could go wrong, because that can be any number of things. Okay, that's the idea also of trusting. I kind of knew that the Fool would come up in at least one of these piles today, because that's the energy we're also in. And when your dreams start to manifest, when you start to get this opportunity, you do need to sort of take that leap of faith, to fly off the cliff into the unknown. And you might think like, I'm just going to trip and fall and I'm going to regret this. But that's not true, okay? So you need to have trust, you need to have faith, because you will be taken care of, okay? Let's see your other cards. We have Unity. This is beautiful. And this tells me that actually you're very much in sync, okay? You're very much connected and aligned to the universe and also to your purpose, is what I'm getting, the divine masculine and divine feminine energies are one. And this is the energy of wholesomeness, of unity, of being one with the universe and knowing that nothing is out of place, okay? So that's the kind of faith that you're meant to sort of walk in this week, all right? 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius has to do with travel, with higher learning. Okay, she's got a book here in this card as well. Maybe you are thinking about learning something new. Okay, maybe this is all about exploring something entirely new, entirely unknown. Okay, and that's what's bringing up these fears for you, which is understandable. But you have to keep reminding yourself that this is that negative self-talk, that old programmed self that is not used to this unfamiliar setting, okay? And it's raising its head right now, because I am about to really shift and my reality is about to shift, okay? So you're being reminded to also trust in your connection to the divine, to the source, okay? That's the 7th chakra. Pay attention to the inspiration, the ideas, the intuition, okay, intuitive hits that you're getting. And those are not in vain, okay? They mean something, especially now, all right? And if you are feeling this urge to, put yourself out there, or even do something creative, perhaps, do something with your gifts, your talents, trust that, okay? Trust that pull, that call that you're getting, because luck is on your side, as this says, and it's a very fortunate Jupiter-like energy right now, especially in the astrology. So make use of that, okay? Imagine, wow, your whole reading is about manifestation, okay? Pulling down what is possible for you. This person here, this figure, is literally reaching for the moon, and there's a string that they are holding on to, which is attached to the moon. So it sounds kind of silly, but this is about imagining and going beyond what you thought was possible, okay? Imagining to the fullest without any limitations. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is boundless, which does not hold on to any limitations, okay? And all of this is suggesting to me that you have the strong backing of the universe now. So whatever this opportunity is, or this inspiration is, act on it, okay? Integrity. Act on it with integrity. I align with the center of myself, a glowing core of personal integrity emanating from this core is the knowledge that I never have to compromise who I am or what I want for anybody. That's the Nine of Pentacles. I can live a life that doesn't include settling unless I want to settle, in which case settling would be my idea of perfection and would cease to be considered settling. Ugh, paradoxes hurt. So you don't actually need to settle, and whatever this is, I feel is in alignment with who you are, okay, at the center of your being. Wait and see. Thoughts love to wander into assumptions and race ahead to the future. That's the Nine of Swords, okay? But what if you told them to cool their jets and chill a sec? Today you get to put your mental chatter on pause, to take a deep breath and simply wait and see how things play out. Before you let your mind run a marathon of imagined scenarios, wait, and you'll see that waiting and seeing was a lot more productive than wondering and worrying. Okay. That's summing up your whole reading, okay, right from the start. Let's see your advice. A starry night, the beaming and glistening light from the stars reminds you that there is hope for your future. There is no need to worry, okay? Please don't limit what is possible for you as well. Think beyond those conditions, those limitations. Only we set them, not the universe, okay? Everything is possible for you and for anyone, basically, okay? So that's an incredible confirmation there for you to look towards the future with hope. Let's see some of the love and relationship messages. Oops. Embrace your emotions, allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. Too many of them fell out, but let me just get one more. Have patience. Love is patient and kind always. Have patience and have faith is also what I'm getting. Love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as the truth. And the opposite of love is not hate, it is fear. So don't limit yourself to what is possible based on your fear-based conditioning and programming. It's time to go beyond that, okay? And to have faith and hope for the future because it's looking really bright. Those are your messages, group 1. I hope this helps and I hope it gave you some insight and inspiration. I'm wishing you all the best. Have a lovely week ahead. Bye-bye. Hi group 2, for those of you who've chosen this shell here, let's take a look at your reading. I'm going to first start with some Lenormand cards that I will pull out for you. And we have the lily. We have the fish, looking good so far. Looking good. And we have the bouquet. Lovely. At the bottom of the deck, we have the bear. So for some of you, this has to do with a business, okay? Either this is a business idea or it's a creative project of some sorts. It is paying off, okay? Short and succinct, it is paying off. You're getting the rewards of your efforts. And for some of you who are looking forward to starting something new or to an opportunity in business or even in love for that matter, it's a very abundant energy in the next 7 to 10 days, okay? So you're likely to come across somebody who you are very attracted to. There's a lot of sexual attraction as well, a lot of flirtation. And this could be, for the long haul, for the long term. For others of you, there is a positive change happening in your life, especially when it comes to your career and your lifestyle, okay? And it's looking a lot more abundant. It's looking a lot more creative. So you are likely to get let's say you have your own business, you're likely to get more clients. You are, your sales could go up. Or if you're in a job setting, then your boss actually, okay, could give you a bonus or something, okay, to appreciate your efforts. So it's looking really positive so far. Let's look at your tarot cards. Queen of Wands, nice. The High Priestess and the Eight of Swords, okay. I think, the message that I'm getting for you is that this week you're going to start to shut down the voices in your head, okay? The voices that tell you that this is how it's going to be, I'm stuck, there's no way out. And what you're going to do instead is you're going to start to listen to your inner voice, okay? Not the mental chatter, your inner voice, your intuition, your inner being who wants you to succeed, who wants you to be appreciated, who thinks you're completely worthy and you've got what it takes, okay? That's the Queen of Wands energy. And with the bouquet and the fish next to it, along with the Queen of Wands, this is highly creative, highly productive, okay? So this is the energy that you want to stay in. And usually when we start to make quick progress, our doubts and fears start to creep up and they start to tell us, oh my God, when is the other shoe going to drop? Or when we start to break free from that cage, that mental prison, usually there is a bit of a resistance, okay, from inside. That's okay. You can ignore it and you have to tell yourself that this is the ego self trying to create this, trying to keep me stuck, okay, on the pretext of wanting me to be safe, okay? And that's what you need to remind yourself of and be aware of. Your intuition is going to be really heightened, okay? And you will be seeing signs, synchronicities everywhere. You will be getting confirmation of the thoughts that you're thinking, the ideas that you have, okay? And you're going to see progress this week, okay? So trust where you're being led, trust your inner being, trust your higher self or the High Priestess, and try to minimize the mental chatter so that it doesn't get in the way, all right? Because you've got what it takes, like I said. And with the Queen of Wands and the High Priestess, for some of you, this could even be like a spiritual business that you're doing or a career that has a lot to do with, trusting your intuition and maybe even like healing people with your art, for instance, or being an inspiration to others, by doing that, by incorporating that in your art or in your business, okay, whatever it may be. If this is a job scenario, again, there could be a situation, I feel, where somebody is not giving you the entire truth, okay? They may be keeping you in the dark about something, okay? And that's where you need to trust your intuition and not let that keep you stuck in any way, all right? And even if that is the case, I feel like you're going to overcome that, okay? Because the Queen of Wands is definitely trumping the Eight of Swords there, okay? It's not going to, she's not going to allow that doubt or fear to come in the way of her ambitions, her goals, and her desires, okay? And this is a very positive energy for you to be in this week. So stay in that, all right? The Bright Mother. This is very tempting, very attractive, okay? It's a very seductive and very, very productive energy as well. So I was getting a message with the High Priestess there as well. You can see the pomegranates in the background there, which are a symbol for prosperity. And there's a whole myth associated with that, which I'm not going to go into, which has to do with Persephone and Dimitri, Greek myth, okay, which I'm not going to go into. But the promise there, okay, behind her, and she sits between the two worlds, between the known and the unknown. The promise beyond that veil is of the pomegranates, which is something that is juicy, it's seductive, it's beautiful. So, what I'm trying to say here is that if you go with your intuition this week, there's a lot that you can achieve, okay? There's a lot of abundance on the other side of that veil, all right? And that's where you need to trust yourself, okay? Because I do feel like it holds a lot of promise. She's also holding this fruit in her hand there. And there's a baby on top of that, which is again talking to me about new beginnings and promise. And the moon here, the crescent moon, is kind of similar to the crescent moon that you see in the High Priestess card there. Okay, because your intuition is not going to lead you astray, especially this week. You need to trust that rather than the conditioned and programmed loop that you may find yourself in at times. Okay, storm warning number 10. A new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. And we have this strong placement of Venus and Mercury conjunct. I think in Capricorn or in Sagittarius, I'm not sure, but there's a lot of promise here of new relationships starting, okay? And I did get that with your Lenormand cards as well. But again, it's a new beginning in which you might feel quite vulnerable, and you might feel like, no, I'm just going to, stand here with my hands tied and with this blindfold on my eyes, and I'm not going to look at it, okay? That's not what you are meant to do. That's your doubt, your conditioned self, okay? That's the internal storm that is brewing because something good is happening here. Keep reminding yourself of that, okay? Building blocks, number 28. We've got solidarity. I respect the power of solidarity and look for opportunities to unleash it. When a loved one has to do something tough, I'll heed their often silent call and participate in the toughness with them. Everything is easier when a partner or cohort sidekick joins you. Okay. And we have wholeness. I'm complete, whole, and filled with love. I have everything I need. If I ask or look for more, I'm ignoring the love and gifts that are already in my life. Instead, I'll be grateful and acknowledge that anything else would be extra icing on life's cake. And let's look at your advice. Expansion. Number 23, which boils down to 5, which is about change. You are getting ready to move up into higher levels of awareness through embracing your life experiences. You're a very strong person, and I don't think you've acknowledged this so far. I would advise you to sort of look back at how far you've come and give yourself a pat on the back. I strongly feel like you're someone who does not give yourself enough credit, and a lot of us are like that. And this is the time for you to see how far you've come and see how far you can go as well. What is the possibility? Because You do have opportunities here for expansion, for growth, okay? Provided you act on them, provided you take them seriously. And even your psychic awareness, I feel, is growing. Your psychic abilities are growing. The Queen of Wands has this black cat with her in the card, which is basically her instinctual self, okay? And cats also signify independence. You might be somebody who feels also that getting into a relationship perhaps is going to bind me in some way, it's going to keep me stuck in some way, and I might lose my independence in some way. But that's not true, okay? Because I feel like if you have an opportunity here for romance, you can take it slow, one step in front of the other, and build something solid with this person. But you have to be open to that expansion, okay? And I do feel like this is a supportive connection. If you come across somebody this next 7 to 10 days, it holds a lot of promise, okay? And this is something that needs to be nurtured as well. Whether this is a creative project or a new cycle in terms of, romance, quite literally. This is asking you to firstly have faith and trust in your own abilities, in your own talents, because there's plenty of them. And if you need a reminder, look back at where you were and how far you've come. And secondly, to take it slow, okay? To let it grow and unfold on its own and not put a barrier on it with your mental chatter, right at the outset. All right, let's take a look at some of the love oriented messages. Some of you, I feel, for some of you, you might actually go to a tarot reader or a psychic to get clarity about something this week, okay? Because there's a bit of an inner storm brewing, so you might feel the urge to take somebody else's advice, okay? Simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. Let's get one more. The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love, not to fear, not to doubt. Appreciate this moment. Every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. This is quite literal for some of you, okay? Because we are talking about growth and expansion and possibly a new cycle in love as well. So those are your messages, group 2. Very interesting. I hope this was useful and it brought you some inspiration and some insight. I'm wishing you all the very best. Have a fabulous week ahead. Bye-bye. Hi, group 3. For those of you who've chosen this stone here, let's take a look at your reading. I'm going to start firstly with some Lenormand cards. Okay, what do we need to know for group number 3 about the week ahead? We have the key. That's a good start. The birds and the dog. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the moon. So there are some crucial discussions, okay? Maybe some brainstorming with a colleague, with a sibling, with a friend, or somebody who you find loyalty in, okay? Someone who is a supportive influence in your life, okay? And these brainstorming sessions or these talks could actually lead to a breakthrough of some sort, okay? Maybe an opportunity or an idea or a solution that you've been looking for. Some answer to maybe an impending question, to some foggy situation. This is the week where you're going to find answers, okay, and breakthroughs in perhaps some sticky situation where you've not known perhaps where you're heading, okay. And also there is in general a lot of the communication that you're going to have, the the discussions, they're going to be very, very deep, okay, not superficial at all. They're going to be so deep that they could bring about an aha moment for you, or some enlightenment, or something that, like I said, it cracks a code in some way, okay. So very interesting, because also with the moon here at the bottom of the deck, this could be also some spiritual thoughts, ideas that are discussed, okay, or that lead to some kind of a spiritual awakening. Let's see your tarot cards firstly. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Five of Swords, okay, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. I'm actually seeing the Five of Swords as like that energy of brainstorming, okay, bouncing off your ideas with others. It could be in a work setting, it could be with colleagues, but actually there's something good that comes out of it is what I'm getting, okay. And I feel like also with the Nine of Wands there and the Ace of Pentacles, there's something that's been dragging along for quite a bit, okay, or you've been waiting patiently, you're tired of this cycle, you want to start something new, or you want a fresh new beginning in some aspects, especially connected to work, or your living situation perhaps. And this is the week where you find that solution, where you find that opportunity, okay. For instance, and I'm just giving an example here, maybe you don't get along with your siblings, okay, or the people that you live with, you share a living space with, or it could be even at work, okay, and it's got you to a point where you're just ready to kind of give up, you're like this wounded warrior, the Nine of Wands, where you've had to have some difficult confrontations, or there's this passive aggressive behavior with the people and you just don't gel together, okay. This is the week I feel where you will get that foot in the door, okay, a new opportunity to break free from this elongated, almost like a never ending cycle of anxiety, of confrontational energy, needing to defend yourself, needing to stand up for yourself all the time, and needing to protect your energy, needing to protect your turf, okay. I'm getting the strong feeling that you felt very, very defensive around these people or in this situation. And out of the blue, there's going to be some opportunity, maybe an important meeting with somebody that gives you that breakthrough, all right? We have the Pook, number 60. We have Indecision, number 8. Believe in the impossible, Blue Moon. Unfinished Symphony, number 10. Perspective. And Wants and Needs. I take stock of my relationships and I'm honest about what I want and need from the people in my life. I note the difference between the two. Wants are negotiable, needs are not. Both may be desired and either may be acquired. But that's getting into Venn diagram territory, and no one wants to draw one of those. Okay. Let's also see your guidance or advice. Follow the signs. Look around you for clues. The answer to your question is right in front of you. Whoever you're dealing with, okay, some challenging people perhaps, you have some karmic or soul contract with these people, okay, and it's almost like you can't break free from that, okay, but that's not true. This week I feel like there may be a breakthrough with these people, and it might come after a bit of an argument, or it might come after a confrontation or something like that. But there is this energy of a breakthrough, and that's when I feel you will be able to get some perspective on the situation, on how you can maybe negotiate with each other and meet each other halfway, okay. But I strongly feel like there is some other opportunity in your life coming about in this week, which is going to give you a breather. It's going to give you a sigh of relief, I feel. But things are not set in stone. They are still shifting, okay. There's also somebody you're dealing with, I feel, who just can't understand, okay. It's like you're not on the same page at all. It makes you want to, dealing with this person kind of makes you want to shut the door and, isolate yourself because of their energy. It may be a bit prickly, or you're just somehow not able to gel, like I said, okay. And you can't figure them out, they can't figure you out perhaps, okay. But I do feel like the energy is shifting somehow in this next 7 to 10 days, and you're being asked to hold your vision, to believe that you have a way out of it, believe that there is something out there that is better, that you're going to get that foot in the door somehow, okay. And with this perspective here especially, I feel like, when you're entangled in this kind of a messy situation with people especially, you can tend to lose perspective of who you are, what you want, what your desires are, and what your it's a bit like, especially when you're an empath, it's difficult for you to separate your energy from the energy of these people, or this group of people perhaps. And to be able to get perspective on yourself and what you want, sometimes it needs to be shown in a rather challenging way, if that makes sense, okay. So this week I feel like you will be able to really understand what you require, what your needs are, and there is going to be some kind of breakthrough or some idea or some opportunity that allows you to bring back the focus on your path, okay, your needs and your desires, okay. And for that you need to be able to read the signs. There is likely to be, a situation in which you feel like, I need to make this choice, or I feel split between two options. Do I stay or do I leave, kind of a thing, or where do I go from here, kind of a situation, okay. There is still some unfinished business with these people or within this situation that hasn't completed, okay? But you will start to see that little bit of a, I would say, like the first light of dawn, okay? That gateway in the background, it's going to appear in some way, if it makes sense. And the Ace of Pentacles is very tangible, so it's a new lifestyle, a new job, something that really affects your 3D life, okay? Your maybe a new home situation, but it's very tangible and it's very impactful. Have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. Let's get one more. And there's so many butterflies in this card which speak of transformation. Consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. Love is all around you. So we have the home as well here. This could very well have an impact, like I said, on your living situation. Slow down, pause and allow things to unfold. I think one of the key messages here also is to not lose your perspective or by getting perhaps triggered by these people, by these, you know how there are certain people who know exactly which buttons to push. And at one point during your week, you might feel like, oh my god, I have no way out of this, what do I do? But that's when you get this idea. That's when maybe you're down on your knees and you're, screaming and you're asking for help from your guides or from God or whoever you believe in. You're like, just show me a way out, and it will be shown, okay? But you're being asked to have faith until then, okay? And I know how this feels. It's I can personally relate to this, but you're really being asked to hold on to your vision, to believe in the impossible, and to have faith, because you will be shown that gateway, okay, that way out of this mess. All right, I'm leaving it there for you. I'm sending you much love, and I wish you all the best, and do take care of yourself. I'll see you again later. Bye bye.